Hi everyone, welcome to English for You. I'm Kat.
And I'm Elsie.
And today we are talking about something that affects all of our lives.
Oh, social media.
Social media. Yes. So are you on social media a lot?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
But of course I'm on it sometimes.
I mean, I follow you on Instagram.
I follow you too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm your follower and you are mine.
Yes, although I post on Instagram maybe once every 2 or 3 months. I'm very bad about posting.
I'm also your Facebook friend.
That's true, and I post a little more on there.
So there are
for now.
All social media.
Oh yes.
Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter,
TikTok.
Yeah, or Douyin over here, I guess is what it would be. There's different social media for different countries too. But we're talking about the overall thing today and how it can be kind of a problem. Like everybody knows this, but how exactly? So we're going to explore that a little bit more. So let's get into the article and find out.
Reading.
The dangers of social media. Do you know which website is considered to be the first true social media platform? It's 6degrees.com. It was a website where users could create their own personal profile, build a list of friends, and send instant messages. Needless to say, social media has come a long way since 1997, when 6 Degrees first came out. Now, just a handful of platforms make up most of the social media industry. These days, social media platforms do much more than just list your personal interests, though. Platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube combine video, sound, and text media to create an immersive user experience. They are powerful tools used to communicate with millions of followers. However, there's a dark side to social media. Studies show it's addictive, particularly to young people, and is linked to an increased number of mental health problems for those in their teenage years. All social media platforms use complex algorithms that monitor watch time and user reactions to show people things that they'll enjoy. This might sound like a positive feature, but it also means that users will rarely be shown videos that challenge their opinions. One of today's most popular platforms, TikTok, is of particular concern to social media critics for this very reason.
All right, our article begins today by saying, do you know which website is considered to be the first true social media platform? It's 6degrees.com.
6degrees.com.
I had actually never heard of this place.
Me neither.
Have you?
No.
The first social media I ever used was MySpace.
MySpace. What about the first one I used?
Maybe Facebook?
What was it called? Maybe. Yeah, or we had MSN, but
that's
it's
Messenger.
Not yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's not social media.
But AOL, kind of. But anyway, this is a social media website called 6degrees.com. That .com tells you what website means, kind of. It's a place on the World Wide Web. It's a place on the internet that has information about people, organizations, or activities, or things like that. And it usually is many web pages that are joined up by hyperlinks. So you might have facebook.com/elsima. You might have facebook.com/Kat Jensen, something like that. Those are web pages on the website Facebook. So for another example, websites like ebay.com let people easily sell and buy things they own.
我们刚刚说到social media 是社群媒体，那 website 代表的就是网站。
Is social 媒体 just sound like social media?
Social media 社群媒体。
社群媒体。
社群网络。There are different ways to, say
I'll
it.
keep it in mind. Anyway, so social media and websites, and 6degrees.com was apparently the first one. It was a website where users could create their own personal profile, build a list of friends, and send instant messages.
Just like Facebook.
Very basic, yeah. When we're talking about a profile in social media, it's kind of like a page where you have an introduction of a person on a social media website. So, for example, your profile will probably have a picture of you. Maybe it has your school, your job, your family, your relationships. It might have some other photos of you that you've taken or that have been taken of you. And it will probably have posts that you've made that show kind of about your personality. So it's a way for each individual person to have a presence on social media. Needless to say, social media has come a long way since 1997, when 6 Degrees first came out. Now we have this phrase, needless to say. It means like, it doesn't have to be said. Everyone knows it. You don't need to say it. Needless to say. It's actually today's language in focus.
That's right. So let's take a look. 今天的 Language in Focus 要讲到的是独立不定词片语。那独立不定词片语呢，它是一个副词的性质哦。功用呢是修饰整个句子，可以放在句首、句中或者是句尾。那至于句首的时候呢，后面会加上逗号，让它呢跟句中的其他部分隔开。那我们接下来介绍几种常见的用法哦。第一个是形容词加上 to say， 像是 needless to say， 或者是 sad to say。给同学们一个例句 He used to have a dog. Sad to say, she was hit by a car last year and died. 他以前有养一只狗，可是令人难过的是，那只狗啊，它去年被车撞死了。那再来呢，第二个我们还可以怎么用呢？我们可以用 to be。好，加上形容词，像是 to be honest， 那就是老实说 ；to be fair， 说句公道话，或者是还有 to 后面加上动词的，像是 to put it another way， 换句话说。So for example, to be honest, I don't think she's a good friend. 老实说，我不觉得她是一个好朋友。
So they say that social media has come a long way. That means it's risen to a much higher level of success. It became very successful. This, 6 Degrees page doesn't exist anymore, probably, but some of these social media companies, they're worth billions and billions of dollars. They have so much power over people and they have come a long way. They've become very successful.
是的，所以 come a long way 代表就是显著的进展。那再来我们还看到一个片语动词是 come out， 代表服务啦、产品、书籍等等之类的东西问世或是推出。所以我们说6 Degrees came out in 1997.
That's right. So
how many years ago was that?
That was 25 years ago.
Wow.
At this point.
The math is good.
Yeah, I mean, for once. Anyway, so now just a handful of platforms make up most of the social media industry. That means very small amount, a handful. Imagine that you can put all the social medias in your hand. Your hand is full of them. It's just basically a way to say that you have a small amount or number of something. So it's just an amount you can hold in your hand. That's what we use to say that there's just a few of something. So you think like, what, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, there's like maybe 8 at most that are like really big. And that's not that many. So it is pretty much a handful. Here's an example sentence. There's only a handful of students in Mr. Smith's class, so they each get a lot of attention from him.
A handful of something 那就是少量、少数的某物，就是你一手就可以抓得完的东西，所以不是太多。那再来呢，还有 platform 这个字就是平台啦，有很多不同的 platforms， 不同的平台。接下来还有一个片语动词是 make up something， 那就是组成、构成。所以课文说到，只有少数的平台构成整个社群媒体的产业，产业用到 industry 这个字。
These days, social media platforms do much more than just list your personal interests, though. Platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube combine video, sound, and text media to create an immersive user experience. That's true, on Facebook you now have video everywhere. On Twitter you have a lot of text but also video, and YouTube is mainly video, but then you also have text things.
And TikTok.
Yeah, and TikTok is pretty much all video all the time.
Videos, yes. Yeah. 那这边还看到一个形容词是 immersive， 好，它代表的是沉浸式的、身临其境的。所以我们说到的 immersive user experience， 那就是身临其境的使用者体验，是很重要的。It's very important now.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to feel like they are in the thing that they are doing, and that's immersive. Social media platforms can be like that. They are powerful tools used to communicate with millions of followers. We mentioned this in the very beginning, but we're going to talk about it a little more right now. When we talk about followers, these are people who support or is guided by another person or by a group or a religion, something like that. So maybe you could say you're a follower of the Christian faith, but it also means a person who likes and admires someone very much. So you could also say they're a fan. In social media, it has a little bit of a different meaning, a very specific meaning. Somebody who's your follower has clicked follow on your page, especially on Instagram or Twitter or something like that. Basically, they can see your posts because they follow you. They are your follower. For an example sentence, Stella's Instagram just got over 10,000 followers, so she wants to give them something to thank them for supporting her.
Follower 就是我们说的追踪者，好，或是拥护者，所以有 Facebook followers， 有 Instagram followers， 有各式不同的 followers。那动词形式就是 follow， 所以如果说，你来追踪我的，比如说 IG、Instagram 的话，你可以说follow me on Instagram.
Yes.
那再来还有现在很多的网红，网红这个字啊，英文是 influencer.
Yes, an influencer, that's somebody who's very popular online and they just, take pictures that everybody likes, basically. However, there's a dark side to social media.
Okay, so we're now finally talking about the negative points about
Yes,
it, right?
because the whole article is called The Dangers of Social Media, and we need to talk about that. So, of course, social media can be a lot of fun. It can help you stay in touch with your friends. It can help you stay informed about things. But it has a lot of downsides, and I'm sure that you guys know this, but we're going to talk about some. Studies show it's addictive, particularly to young people, and is linked to an increased number of mental health problems for those in their teenage years. So addiction is a mental health problem, and mental health is a big issue for young people, but social media is linked to these things. That means they're connected or related. It doesn't mean that it causes it exactly, but it means that there is a relationship between them. So what we're talking about here is how it can impact your mental health. Mental means something that relates to your mind and it happens in your mind or exists in your mind. So your mental health means, is your mind healthy? Are you living in a way that makes you happy? Are you making sure that you get different activities? Are you thinking clearly and not, having terrible thoughts about your own self or your life? And yeah, it's different from your brain by itself. Your mind is something you have to keep healthy too. So for an example, you could say, Dia has had problems with her mental health all her life, and she needs medicine to help her feel normal.
好，那这边帮同学们整理一下喽。我们刚刚看到的 addictive 形容词使人上瘾的 ，so a lot of things can be addictive. Social media is one of them. 好，当然社群媒体是其中一个会让人家上瘾的东西，还有像是 alcohol 酒精啦，或是 drugs 药物、毒品这一些都是。那如果你要说某人对某物上瘾，可以用 addicted 这个形容词。Be addicted to something. For example, I'm addicted to my phone. 那就代表我一直看着我的手机，好不愿意。
A lot of people probably are.
对啊，不愿意把它放下来。那另外呢，刚才有讲到的 be linked to something or somebody， 那就 be connected to something or somebody。与点点点相关，与点点点相连。那再来还有我们说到的 mental health， 就是精神的健康、心理的健康，跟 physical health 身体的健康是一样重要的。They're both important.
Very important. You have to make sure all the parts of your health are taken care of. So, all social media platforms use complex algorithms that monitor watch time and user reactions to show people things that they'll enjoy. And yeah, if you've used social media at all, you know that these algorithms can be really powerful. They can really show you a lot of stuff that's very particular to you. But they do that by monitoring you. Let's find out what monitor means right now. To monitor somebody or something means to watch them, to observe them and listen to them, check them out for a special purpose, usually over a period of time. So when you monitor something, you are watching it for like longer than just a few minutes. You're trying to find out how it might change, how it might influence different things, and what the kind of behavior is going to show you later. So monitoring happens for like studies. So here's an example. During the sleep study, doctors will monitor people's brains to see how they act during sleep. So we've seen that that's monitoring, where you're watching somebody and they're trying to monitor things like your reactions. When you have a reaction or when you react, that's the way you act or feel in response to something else. So if Elsie slapped me in the face, my reaction might be, oh, how could you?
Oh, I'll never slap you in the face.
I know. Not intentionally anyway. But anyway, on social media, reactions are actually things that you do that are measurable. Like you click like on something, or you share something, or maybe you make a laugh react on a post or something like that. And so reactions are a way for them to take this algorithm, which Elsie's going to tell you about in a second, and to figure out what you might want to see. So for an example, you could say, Christina had a happy reaction to the news that her mom was getting married.
好，那这边呢，我们先讲一下刚刚这个名词哈 ，algorithm 代表的是演算法，所以这些复杂的演算法呢，可以监测观看时间和使用者的反应。那每一个 reaction 他们都会演算进去。那刚刚还有一个动词是 monitor， 代表的就是监控监测。So once you like something,
Yeah.
Yeah,
when you like something, they know.
Yeah, and all the advertisements gonna come up.
Yeah, I find it's much harder to get things off your algorithm than it is to get them on. Like if there are certain ads or people I don't want to see, they keep coming up even after I say I don't want to see this.
Right.
It's annoying. This might sound like a positive feature, but it also means that users will rarely be shown videos that challenge their opinions.
Oh, they'll only be shown.
It's an echo chamber is what they call it.
Yeah, like the videos or the advertisements that they like, they want to see.
Yeah, it's like you're in a room where everybody is saying the same thing as you, and you don't see anything different. So yeah, it's a problem with social media in general, but there's one particular platform we're going to talk about. One of today's most popular platforms, TikTok, is of particular concern to social media critics for this very reason.
Critic. 那就是评论家或是批评者。有什么样的评论家或批评者呢？ What are some kinds of critics?
Film critic, music critic.
哦，对，有电影的，有音乐的，还有呢，像是 restaurant.
Yeah, food
critic.
critics. Yeah, and there's critics for all sorts of things. And you could be, you could call somebody a critic if they're just constantly critical of everything.
Critical 就是爱批评人家的，爱评断别人的。
They just always, anything they see that they're just like, not good enough. No, it's bad.
I don't like critical people.
Yeah, they kind of steal a lot of joy from the world, but that's okay. Anyway, so it seems like from tomorrow we're going to start talking about TikTok and what its algorithm does that makes it such a problem. But that's the end of day one. So we're just getting into talking about the specific issues with social media. We will continue that tomorrow. For now, it's For You Chat time.
For You Chat.
Our For You Chat question for today is kind of a two-part question. We have, what are some good points and bad points about social media? And do you think social media is a positive or negative thing for society? What do you think?
So what are some good points? There are a lot of good points about social media, right?
Yeah.
Like
They let you see the world.
Yeah, you can get information or share information anytime you want.
Yeah, and keep up with your friends from faraway places. It's really important for me keeping up with my people in the US. Yeah.
So social media is a good way, right?
Yeah, in that way.
But there are also a lot of bad points about it. Like there might be misinformation.
Yeah, and there's allowing, really extreme points of view to get spread very easily.
And if there are a lot of concerns, such as privacy concerns.
Yeah. So do you think it's a positive or negative thing for society?
Overall, I still think it's a positive thing for the whole society. But we have to be very careful when using social media.
At some point, I used to think that social media was more positive than negative. I think that has changed now because there's too much risk happening because of it. And I really wish that I could get off of it entirely, but it's really difficult.
Right. Sometimes I just want to stop using Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, you know, we all try and maybe eventually we will. Maybe we'll move past social media and something else will come about. So that's the answer to our For You Chat question. You probably have your own ideas about it. And so till then, we're going to see you in day 2 of the article and talk about social media a little bit more. And until then, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review. Website. Sherry is learning how to build her own website because she wants to start an online business. Handful. There are only a handful of good restaurants in this area and they're usually busy. Maybe we should go somewhere else. Follower. Jenny has many followers on YouTube because she works hard to create interesting videos. Mental. While it's important to look after your body, it's important to take a break from stress for your mental health too. Monitor. I need to monitor the cookies in the oven to make sure they don't burn. Reaction. The students had mixed reactions after they got their final exam results. Some were happy, while others were upset.
智慧小补帖。
Profile. Immersive. Addictive. Algorithm. Critic.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net